Hello everyone, you are welcome to Mathematics Tour. In this video, I will solve the whole 23 questions from IGCSE paper 1 with reference code 0580/12/May/June/2023. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, please kindly click on the subscribe button and hit on the notification bell to receive information anytime I upload new video. Let's jump into the first question. Question 1. Write down all the factors of 18. All the factors of 18 are all the numbers that can divide 18 without a remainder. So you have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So these are the numbers that can divide 18 without a remainder. So they are referred to as factors of 18. Let's go to the part B. Write down the reciprocal of 8. 8 is the same thing as 8 out of 1. So the reciprocal will be 1 out of 8. You just flip the numerator and the denominator like this. So our answer here is 1 out of 8. Question 2. Draw a line perpendicular to the line AB. I will need to pick a point where I want the perpendicular line to pass through. So let's pick a point here. So I want it to pass through this. So and let's name this C. So we need a pair of compasses. I'll pick the compass, open radius of my choice, center at C, then I will draw a semicircle like this with another radius more than the previous one. You can extend it a little bit like this, then center at one end of the semicircle, then draw an arc with the same radius, center at the other end of the semicircle, draw an arc, then we need to join point C and the intersection of the two arcs together. When you place a ruler and set the 2 points like this, then you draw a straight line. Hence, line CD is the perpendicular to the line AB. So let's go to the B parts. Measure the line AB in centimeters. Firstly, I would like to let you know that this question paper was snapped and merged together to form a PDF. So there is a higher probability that the line would have increased at the point of snapping the questions. So what you just need to do when you have the original is to measure with your ruler. So there may be a slight difference between my reading and your reading. So the important thing is just for you to measure with a ruler. From my reading here, line AB is 9 centimeters. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 3. Shade 2 squares so that the diagram has a rotational symmetry of order 4. To do this, you can make use of a tracing paper and sketch out the diagram, and you can easily rotate to get the point. But if you don't have a tracing paper, there is still something you can do. You just rotate while using your brain. So what will happen if I rotate this clockwise? Okay, 90-degree clockwise, thereabout. That means this side will surely come to this side. That is the meaning. Okay, so that means the lines that I'm having here. So this particular one where my cursor is, this particular point will surely come to this side here. Okay, so that means this and this will become this and this. So that is the implication when I turn it like that. Okay, so that means I need to shade the whole of this place. I need to shade the whole of this place. That is the first point. Okay, so you take your time and shade this place correctly. Okay, so that is the first square you need to shade. And also this side we rotate to this side. That means these two marked squares will come here, this and this. So that means I need to shade this one as well. So you have to shade this place completely. So these are the two squares you need to shade for the diagram to have for rotational symmetry of order 4. So let's go to the next question. That will be question 4. Kai and Ava each have a piece of wood 57 centimeter long. Kai cut his piece into 4 equal lengths. Kai cut his piece into 4 equal length parts. Find the length of one part. So what you need to do is to divide 57 centimeters into 4, and that will give you 14.25. So that's our answer here, 14.25. Then the part B, Ava cut a piece into 2 parts and the lengths are in the ratio 5:1. Find the length of the longer part. So we have the longer ratio, the smaller parts, and they are in the ratio 5:1. Let's add 5:1. That is 5 add 1. That will be 6. So how many lot of 6 can we see in 57? So you take your calculator, you divide 57 by 6. That will be 9.5. So that means you have to multiply the two ratios by 9.5. So times 9.5 here times 9.5 here. So if you do 5 times 9.5, that will give you 47.5. Of course, the smaller one remains 9.5. So the two must add up to 57. So that means the length of the longer part is 47.5 centimeters. So let's go to the next question. That is question number 5. So in the diagram, ABC is a triangle and ACD is a straight line. Find the value of X and Y. So to do this, you have to make use of sum of angles in a straight line, because angle X add 59 degrees add 73 degrees must be equal to 180 degrees. So that means I can say X add 59 degrees add 73 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Then if you add these two together, that will give you 132. Then that must be equals to 180 degrees. So if you collect like times, let this one come here. Okay, so you have X is equals to 180 minus 132, and then obviously that is what 48 degrees. So that means the value of X is 48 degrees. Okay, so the second part is Y. So there is a theorem that these two interior angles, okay, must add up to Y degree, that is 59 and 73. So you can equally have that Y equals to 59 degrees add 73 degrees. So this will give you 132 degrees. Okay, and another way you could get the value of Y is to say X add Y is equals to 180 degrees. Why? Because angles X and Y are angles on a straight line, and you have already found the value of X, which is 48 degrees. So you can substitute into it 48 degrees plus Y equals to 180 degrees. Then Y will be equals to 180 degrees minus 48 degrees. So that will still give you 132 degrees. That is the value of Y. So the next question is question 5. Find the temperature that is 8 degrees colder than minus 5 degrees Celsius. If you draw the scale here, the temperature scale here, you have something like this. So 5 minus 5 degrees Celsius will be here. So from the understanding of temperature scale, as you go down, it becomes colder. As you go down, it becomes colder. So if you're having challenge regarding this, you can go to my channel. There is a playlist on this. Okay, so the behavior of integers on the temperature scale, so it is well explained there. So as you go down like this, so it becomes colder. Okay, so that means you need to count from minus 5. The next one will be minus 6. Okay, so you count minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, minus 12, minus 13. So let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So minus 13 degrees Celsius is 8 degrees Celsius colder than minus 5 degrees Celsius. But let's say we have a big number like maybe 100 degrees Celsius colder than this. Of course, counting will be tedious. So what you need to do is that as it becomes colder, that means you are moving down, you subtract. So you can easily say minus 5 degrees Celsius, then minus the 8 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that will surely give you your answer straight away. There are two prime numbers in this list. Write out the sum of these two prime numbers. The first thing we need to do is to identify the prime numbers available here. So the first prime number here is 47. We have this, and the second prime number is 61. So the sum of these two prime numbers will be 47 add 61. So if you do this, you get 108. So that is what you're going to get. So also, if you are having any challenge regarding types of numbers, you can also go to my channel. I have a playlist there. I have a playlist of videos, and it is under number concepts. So this is well explained there as well. So let's go to the next question. On 10 days, Stefan records the number of minutes he has to wait for a train. These are the numbers. Complete the stem and leaf diagram to show this information. So what you need to do is to fill in the numbers according to the given key here. 0, 1 represents 1 minute. That means we're going to have 4, 5, 5, and 8. Then if you come down here, you have 1 and 2, because we have 11 and 12. And here you have 23 and 24. Okay, so this is what you have here. Then the B part of it is to find the median. So if you see, you have 10 numbers. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you count 4 numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So you stop here. Then from the back, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you will stop here. That means the median is between 5 and 8. So that means you have to add them together and divide by 2 to find the average. So 5 add 8 divided by 2, that will be 13 out of 2, and that will be 6.5. So the median is 6.5 minutes. So let's go to the next question. Here, the scale drawing shows the position of town A and town B. So what we need to do here is to measure the bearing of town B from town A. Earlier in this lesson, you were told that this question was snapped by camera and made together as a PDF. So at the point of snapping it, so there's a probability that the length will have increased. Okay, so there may be a little difference there when you are measuring your own. Okay, so the most important thing is to know how to measure this. You take your protractor, the center of the protractor at point A here, then you set the protractor in such a way that 0 degree is on the north. Okay, so you have it like this. Then if you measure from 0 come to this point here, you have about 137 degrees. So just like what I told you, there may be a slight difference between my answer and your answer. So the reason has been communicated to you. So the next question will be question 10. That is the next question. So the diagram shows a right angle triangular prism on the 1 centimeter squared grid. Complete the net of this prism. One face has been drawn for you. So let's scroll down to see it completely. Okay, so you have this, and if I could label this, what you have here is this one, A, B, C, and D. So this is A here, you have B, you have C, and you have D. So this is by 3 centimeters. If you count 1, 2, 3, this is 3 centimeters, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 6 centimeters. Of course, this is a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So the next thing we need to do is to draw this side here. So I can say P here. If I put P here now, that means we need P AD. This is A, PAD. Okay, so that means if you unfold this, so it's going to be something like this. You draw a line like this. Let's also label this point Q. This is point Q here. So we need to draw triangle QBC on the grid as well. So you come here and you draw it here as well. So we've drawn the two triangles by the two ends. So this is P, you have P here, and you have Q here. So the next thing we need to do is to draw this rectangle PQCD. Okay, so if you scroll down, and that will be, it's already 6 centimeters, and the length is 6 centimeters, and the breadth is 5 centimeters. So let's scroll down a little bit. So the length is already 6 centimeters, that is CD. Then the breadth will be 5 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the two ends will be here. Okay, so we need to join these together and form the rectangle with dimension 6 by 5. So points P and Q will be here respectively. Okay, so let's scroll up to see the last part we need to draw. The last part will be rectangle PABQ. So the last part will be rectangle PQBA. Okay, this particular rectangle here, so it will come after the rectangle CDPQ. Okay, so what's the dimension? The length remains 6 centimeters and the breadth is 4 centimeters. So let's scroll down a little bit. So we need to count 4 downward. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be here. Then the other one will be here. So let's join it together. Don't forget this remains 6 centimeters and this side must be 5 centimeters. So let's join them together. Points A and B will be here respectively, A here and B here. So this is the distance from town A to town B on the map is 3.5 centimeters. The scale on the map is 1:250,000. Find the actual distance in kilometers from town A to town B. So let's firstly show the illustration here. This is town A and you have town B somewhere here. So the distance between them is 3.5 centimeters. So let M represent the map reading. Then we'll have M here, ratio A for actual reading. Okay, so it is the ratio is 1 to 250,000. So by the time you multiply this by 3.5 centimeters and you multiply this by 3.5 centimeters, so on the map it will show 3.5 centimeters as indicated here, while the actual reading will be 3.5 centimeters times 250,000, and that will give us 875,000 centimeters. But we are asked to leave our answer in kilometer. That means we need to convert 875,000 centimeters to kilometers. So how do we do that? There is an acronym. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, so this is centimeters here, and this is kilometers here. So that means from centimeters to kilometers, we have to shift the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we shift the decimal point backward 5 times. So currently the decimal point is after the last 0 here, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that means our answer in kilometers will be 8.75 kilometers. Question 12. A spinner is spun. The possible outcomes are A, B, C, or D. The probability of spinning A, C, or D is shown in the table. Complete the table. So let's denote the probability of B by X. So we know that all the probabilities add up to 1. That means we can say 0.2 add X, add 0.05, add 0.35 must be equals to 1. So we can say X add 0.2, add 0.05, add 0.35 equals to 1. I just have to rearrange, okay? So I can say X. So if you add 0.2 to 0.05 to 0.35, they add up to 0.6, and that will be equals to 1. So if you collect like terms, that means you need to transfer 0.6 to the right hand side. When it goes there, it becomes negative 0.6. That means I have X to be equals to 1 take away 0.6. So that means the value of X is equals to 0.4. So we can say the probability of B is 0.4. So we are given the universal set as X for all the values of X such that 1 is less than or equals to X, X is less than or equals to 20. So that means in the universal set we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so this is the universal set. So set E will be set of even numbers. So that means we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Then set M will be multiples of 5. That's 5, 10, 15. Let me write this: 5, 10, 15, and 20. So find the cardinality of set M. That is the number of elements or members in the set M. As you can see, you just have 4 of them here. So that means the cardinality will be 4. So I'll put 4 here. Then find the element in this set E intersection M. It means the element that is common to set E and set M. So if you look at it, we have 10 and 20. Okay, so that means E intersection M, okay, will be 10, 20. So that is what you have there. So I can easily write it here, 10, 20. That is the set of E intersection M. Okay, so the next one will be question 14. So without using a calculator, work out 4 out of 7 divided by one whole number, 5 out of 21. So this is pretty simple. You have 4 out of 7, then divided by, so let's write 105 out of 21 as an improper fraction. That will be 21 times 1. It will be 21. 21 add 5, that will be 26. So it will be 26 out of 21. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to change the sign of division to multiplication, and when that happens, 21 goes up and 26 comes down. So now we can reduce this. So 7 goes in 7 once, 7 goes in 21 thrice, 2 goes in 4 twice, 2 goes in 26 13 times. So that means we are left with 2 out of 1, then times 3 out of 13. So which is the same thing as 2 by 3 out of 1 by 13, and that is 6 out of 13. So that means the answer here is 6 out of 13. So let's scroll down for another question here. So F is the point 1, 4. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay. So F is the point 1, -4. So I can write it like this in vector form. So 1, -4. That is F. Okay. And then FG is giving us 8 and -3. And then GH is giving us -12 and 35. So we are asked to find 3FG. So 3FG, okay, will be equals to 3 into brackets. FG is giving us 8, -3. So we just have to open the brackets by multiplying by 3. 3 times 8, 24. So I can write 24 here. Then 3 times -3. Then that will be -9. So that is the answer for that one. For the B part, we need to add FG and GH together. So FG is 8, -3, that is FG. Then add GH, which is -12 and 35, like this. Okay, so we need to add them together. 8 add -12, that's the same thing as 8 take away 12, and that will be -4. I can put -4 here. Then -3 add 35, that will be +32. Okay, so the B part of it is this. Let's scroll down a little bit. So the coordinate of the point G. So already we know let's see what you have here for F. F is giving us 1 by -4. So you have F to be equals to 1, -4. Okay, then what is G? So we want to find G. G will be equals to X and Y in vector form like this, which is the same thing as X, Y. You can also write it like this. Okay, then what is FG? Let me scroll up. FG is 8 and -3. Okay, so let me put it nearer. FG like this is close to 8 and -3. Okay, so what we need to do here is this. Okay, what we need to do here is very simple. Let's say F and G are both moving or spreading out from the same point. So take for instance, let's say point O now. Okay, so we're going to have maybe 1 like this, and then that is for f. Okay, and then g will be something like this. Okay, so if you want to move from f to g, okay, so that means you have to firstly go to O, then from O you go to G. Okay, so that is FG, okay, is equals to FO. We are moving towards FO. Then from O we cannot go to G. That will be plus OG. Okay, so this is what we are going to have here. Okay, but FO is the same thing as negative OF. Okay, so the FG now, okay, will be equals to negative OF. Okay, because we are moving in opposite direction to FO now, then plus OG. Okay, so let me put the values there. Since I want to get G, so I can bring negative OF to this side, or then that will be FG, then add OF. So that will give me the coordinate of G. So FG is 8 minus 3 like this. Then let's add OF is 1 and negative 4 like this. So 8 add 1, that will be 9. So that means we have that will be 9 against what? Minus 3 add minus 4, that will be negative 7. We have negative 7 here. So that means the coordinates of G are 9, negative 7. So we need to go to the next one, and that will be question 16. That will be the next one, question 16. So let's scroll down like this. X is an integer where x is greater than or equals to negative 3 and x is less than 3. So write down all the possible values of x. So to write down all the possible values of x, so to be negative 3, since negative 3 is inclusive, you have negative 3, then you go up to negative 2, then up to negative 1, 0, 1 and 2. So these are all the values of x. Then the next one is question 17. It's question 17. Find the size. Sorry, let's scroll up a little bit. Yes. Find the size of an interior angle of a regular 15-sided polygon. Okay. So you know that one exterior angle of any regular polygon is given by the total sum of the exterior angles, which is 360 degrees, divided by what? Divided by the number of sides, that is n. So in this case now, so we are giving the n to be in this case n is given as 15. So just say 360 degrees divided by 15. This will give us 24 degrees. But we know that one exterior angle and one interior angle add up to 180 degrees. So that will be one interior angle, okay, add one exterior angle, that will be 180 degrees. So that means one interior angle like this will be equals to 180 minus one exterior angle, that will be 24 degrees. So if you take your calculator, do this, we are going to have 156 degrees. The next one is question 18. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's scroll up a little bit. So here we have 45,000. You have to write 45,000 in standard form. So the first thing is to get your standard form number. So that will be 4.5 times 10 to the power of what? So if you count like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So to the power of positive 4. So that will be your answer there. So we have 4.5 times 10 to the power of positive 4. So the part B, we have to calculate 6.75 times 10 to the power of negative 3 by 4.2 times 10 to the power of 5. So what you need to do is to multiply the decimal numbers. If 6.75 times 4.2 gives 28.35, then times, you need to multiply the powers of 10. That will be 10 to the power of negative 3 times 10 to the power of positive 5. You can apply multiplication law of indices here. So we're going to have 28.35 times 10 to the power of what? You pick one of the bases and add the power. Negative 3 add 5, that will be 2. Are we done? No. Look at here. 28.35 is yet to be in standard form. So to write it in standard form, it will be 2.835 times 10 to the power of 1 times 10 to the power of 2. So our final answer will be 2.835 times 10 to the power of 1 plus 2, that is 3. So this is the final answer here, 2.835 times 10 to the power of positive 3. So the next one is question 19. Here we have 18x to the power of 12 divided by 3x to the power of 3. So let's divide 18 by 3 and divide x to the power of 12 by x to the power of 3. So 3 goes in 18, 3 here once, 3 in 18, 6. So you have 6. Then this is division law of indices. X to the power of 12 divided by x to the power of 3. You pick one of the bases, which is x, then subtract the power, 12 minus 3, and that will be 9. So our answer here is 6x to the power of 9. So the next question is question 20. Buses at a station go to the port or to the town. Buses leave every 28 minutes for the port. Buses leave every 48 minutes for the town. So at 10:18, a bus for the port and a bus for the town leave the station together by 10:18. Beautiful. Then find the next time when a bus for the port and a bus for the town leave the station together. So what we need to do is to find the lowest common multiple of 28 and then 48. Okay, so the LCM, okay, of 28 and then 48 will be using the shortcut 28 times 48 divided by the highest common factor of 28 and 48, which is 4. So if you take your calculator and do this, we are going to get 336. So that is the LCM of 28 and 48. So if you want to know more about this, you can go to my channel again. So under number concept as well. So I explain this very well there. So you can go to the channel and see the playlist. So now that I know the common now that I know the lowest common multiple, so which is 336 minutes. Okay, so let's convert it to hour. So if you divide this one by 60, so that will be 60 times 5, that's 300. That will be 5 hours. Okay, and then 36 minutes. Okay, so let's add this to 10:18. So you have minutes, and then we have, so let's scroll down a little bit to have more space. Okay, so you have 10:18. So we want to add 5 hours and 36 minutes. So 18 plus 36, that will be 54 minutes, and then 10 add 5, that will be 15. Okay, so that means the next time when a bus for the port and a bus for the town leave the station together will be by 15:54. So that is the next time they live together. So 21, triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Calculate PQR. Since they are similar shapes, so you can take the ratio of their corresponding sides and that will give you your answer. So I can say AB over BC is the same thing as PQ over QR. Okay, so you can take it in another order. Okay, you can say AB over PQ is the same thing as BC over QR. So you still get the same thing. Now let's substitute the values there. AB is 15, then BC is 9, then is equals to PQ is 18 over QR. If you cross multiply, we are going to have 15 times QR, then is equals to 9 times 18. So if you divide both sides by 15, so 15 cancel 15 here, QR is equals to, do 9 times 18 and divide by 15. That will give you your answer to be 10.8 centimeters straight away. So the next question will be question 22. Here you are given this diagram. Okay, so the diagram shows a right angle triangle ABC. Calculate AB. So to calculate AB, that is this side here, so you can use, this is opposite against hypotenuse. So I can easily use what sine theta, that is sine 42, is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. So working here, let's scroll down a little bit. So I can say sine 42 degrees equals to opposite, which is AB, over 8.6. Then sine 42 is same thing as 0.6691 equals to AB over 8.6. So if you cross multiply, so AB will be equals to 0.6691 multiplied by 8.6. So that will give you, okay, let's write it here. I have AB is equals to 0.6691 by 8.6, and this will give you 5.75, then 5.75, then 43. Okay, so to 3 significant figures, that will be 5.75. So 5.75 centimeters. So let's scroll down for the B part. So here the diagram shows right angle triangles PQS and PRS. So PQ is given as this, QS is given as this, and SR is given as this. Calculate PR. So that is this side. To get this side, you must firstly find this side, which is PS. So the first thing is to find PS. You can find PS from triangle PQX using what? Pythagoras theorem. That is the longest side, which is 20. That's the hypotenuse. That will be 23.8 squared must be equals to PS squared add 11.2 squared. So if you do this, you will get 23.8 squared. That will give you 5666. So 23.8 squared gives 566.44 equals to PS squared add 11.2 squared gives 125.44. So if you collect like times, you have 566.44. Take away 125.44 equals to PS squared. And if you do this, you get 441. Then to be equals to PS squared. Take square root of both sides. Then you have 21 to be equals to PS. So now that we found the value of PS to be 21, it is easy for us to find PR using Pythagoras theorem again. So in this case, we will say PR squared. So let's scroll down a little bit. We say PR squared, that is the square of the longer side, must be equals to 21 squared plus 20 squared. So PR squared will be equals to 21 squared is 441, add 400. So these two add up to 841. I can write PR squared here. Okay, PR squared equals to this. Okay, so if I take square root of both sides, then I can have PR to be equals to square root of 841 is 29. PR is equals to 29. So I can easily write 29 here. So let's go to the next question, and then that will be, the next question should be this, the last question. The mass m kilograms of object A is 350 kg, correct to the nearest 10 kilograms. Complete this statement about the value of m. So here what you need to do is to find the upper and the lower bounds. Okay, so this is the degree of accuracy, 10 kg. So let's divide it by 2. That will be 5 kg. So to get the lower and the upper bounds respectively, so this is the lower bound here and this is the upper bound here. Okay, so it will be 350 minus 5. So that is this 5. So for the lower bound, and it will be 350 plus 5 for the upper bound. So that means we're going to have 345 here, that's for the lower bound, and the upper bound will be 355. So let's put the unit there, kilogram and then kilogram. So the last part of it is this: the mass of object B is 348 kilograms, correct to the nearest kilogram, that is 1 kg here. Okay, so if you divide it by 2, you have 0.5 kg. Okay, then so show that the mass of object B may be, look at this, may be more than the mass of object A. So what we need to do is to find the upper and the lower bounds of object B and compare the values for the two and see where the possibility lies. Okay, so now I'll need to do the same thing. The lower bound will be here and the upper bound for B, okay, will be here. So I have 348, so it will be 348 minus 0.5, that is what I have here. Then this one will be 348 plus 0.5. So if you do this one will give us 347.5, and this one will give us 348.5. So now let's compare the lower and the upper bounds of objects A and B respectively. You can see that the lower bound for object A is 345 as written here, and then the lower bound of object B is 347.5. okay, so here you can see that the lower bound, you can say the lower bound of object the lower bound of object B is what? Is greater than, okay, is greater than what? The lower bound of object than the lower bound of object A. So that is where the possibility lies. Okay, so we have shown that the mass of object B may be more than the mass of object A through their lower bounds. This will be the end of this video. You can watch out for the paper 2 with reference code 0580/22/May/June/2023 in the next few days.